Brad, I mean, it's my understanding that you awoke to your own spiritual and ascension journey fairly recently, probably a year or so, and things have moved very quickly for you, haven't they? Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, definitely. I started awakening, it was between August 9th and August 15th. There wasn't really one single day where it just suddenly snapped in and said, oh, look, I'm awoken. It was kind of like a filling cup of punch. Yeah, that was kind of the best way I could describe it. I was actually just planning to do a science fiction novel, and pretty much what I was planning to do is just look at YouTube, look at certain other different references on the internet, just to see if I can start getting some factual research, because I wanted to make this novel very, very real and very, very factual in regards to extraterrestrial metaphysics, etc. So I started doing that, and as I started to research a lot more and more, I just got infatuated just by everything that I was discovering, everything that I was reading, looking at, and I said, oh my God, this is really deep. You know, this is just, there's stuff I'm finding here that I've never knew about my entire life. And so it was kind of like a filling cup of knowledge. The more I researched, the more I got into it, the more I wanted to know about it. So I pretty much just said, you know what, the heck with the novel. I want to pursue this. And so I just started pursuing more and more about spirituality, metaphysics, extraterrestrials, etc. And that just led me to get really infatuated with meditation. And so I just went to my local library, picked up a Learn How to Meditate book, and I just read it from front cover to back cover for within about a week or so. I was just so I could not put it down. And so I started doing that, and you know, I was big on the October 14th thing, so that was one of the first things I saw too as well, was with Blossom Goodchild's prediction about October 14th, and there was all these videos on YouTube. And I was really infatuated with that too. I said, well, this is really interesting. You know, I'm going to try and start my own kind of investigation into it, because I want to look more into this, because it's just fascinating. There was something that was in that channeling that just enticed me, that just got me so hooked on, you know, finding out more information about that. And so that was my passion. It was just I lived, drank, breathed, slept that entire experience, and I've been doing that ever since. So the 1 year anniversary I had just a few days, a couple weeks ago, has just been amazing. I've done so much in a year. It felt like that 1 year was 10 years long. That's exactly how it felt, because there was so much stuff. All the downloads I received, all the instructions I got, the training, you know, the learning, everything I did was just, everything just came in 10 years worth of knowledge like in 1 year. That's what it felt like. So it was a really intense roller coaster ride.
Yeah, I mean, in one of the videos that I brought forward, the Knights speak about some of us fast tracking, where everything, all the knowledge that we've had from many past lives, all just comes forward in a small, intensive period. Would you say that's what's happened to you, that you've definitely fast-tracked in your awakening?
Yes, it's an acceleration, and that's exactly what I get to from, you know, channeling Adronis and getting all that information too, just from other beings I've channeled as well too. That everybody right now who is really into this, who is into the spirituality, who is following the metaphysical, are really going to accelerate now. Just the new energies that are coming onto Earth right now are just dramatically accelerating us to just points we can't even imagine right now. So we're literally getting all this information, all this knowledge, all this learning compressed deeply within just such a short amount of time. It's like there's more event that's taking place than there is time. There's just not enough time that's being, you know, produced out. It's just all event that's coming forward. So everybody right now, I think there's a lot of people in the chat room that can even say, yeah, I'm accelerating like crazy right now. You know, so it's just the way it is right now. It's just, it's such a crazy ride. But I think everybody's going to be accelerating. Everybody's going to start realizing their full potential as a human being, and it's going to be an amazing ride for them.
Yes, your information there, Brad, is exactly in alignment with mine. I have the same information there about this intensive fast tracking and this awakening that's sort of being compressed more and more and more as we move towards 2012. About sort of 18, 19 years ago, when I first sort of woke up and started channeling, everything's been done over a longer period of time for the people who woke up when I did. Those who are waking up now, it's really happening fast, and those that are dealing with it and moving with it, as you are really coming forward with great connections and excellent knowledge. Can I ask you, Brad, when you actually started channeling, as in, I mean, obviously we all channel all the time, often without being aware, but conscious channeling, when you knew that you were communicating with a being or beings or collective consciousness?
Yeah, that would be back in December of 2008. I just started channeling then. I just started doing some automatic writing, I was talking to a couple of friends of mine who were channelers as well too, and they were helping me get along with it, and then, you know, kind of saying, well, here's what you need to do. Just relax yourself, let yourself go, let the energy come through, trust the energy. You know, once you start feeling it, just because I just started with automatic writing, and I just had a pen in my hand. It wasn't really in the idea of, you know, something was taking over my hand. It was just the idea of I had this consciousness flow and the urge to write. And so I started doing that, and the very first channeling I got was Adronis. So I was channeling with the Syrian. I was trying to get into the Syrian consciousness, just trying to get into there. Adronis himself is a future version of me, 300 years in the future, and I didn't know that at the time. But I just wanted to go into the consciousness of the Syrian civilization. And so when I did that, what came up was Adronis, and he was telling me that who he was, what my relationship was with him, and I just began this incredible automatic writing journey with him. And it was great. It was just everything that came through. Just, you know, it wasn't me. It was so much not my personality. So that's just a sign there too. Once you start channeling, you just start getting all this incredible information, and it's just amazing. It's just all this stuff just comes together. It's like a flowing river that comes through you, and you're just amazed by it afterwards. So after I started doing that, I started channeling several other beings, the Andromedans, the Pleiadians, inner Earth beings, many other different ones. But Adronis was the one that stuck up the most, because he was the one that just, you know, gave me the most, you know, passion, I'd say, to continue channeling. But that's pretty much how it started. It was just back in December.
Wow, well, that's great. The 9 also say the same things to me. They're future versions of me. They haven't actually given me a time zone as to that, but future versions of me in 6th density.